Hello everyone, and welcome back to 9-9. Saren Prince is traveling today, so it will just be me. Hopefully this won't be one of those situations where something very dramatic and plot-heavy happens, because I feel like that tends to happen when he's not here. I feel like after the last episode, we might get a little bit of a break. I mean, half of our limbs are still petrified. So, what kind of trouble are we going to get into? I don't know. Let's find out. Sora let me use the bed last night. I mean, it's my bed, so it's not like I should need permission, but I still couldn't get much sleep. It's just so weird not being able to feel two of my limbs. Every time I was about to doze off, I tried to roll over and realized I couldn't, and then I was wide awake again. The sun was rising by the time I finally fell asleep. That was barely 3 hours ago. It's 9 in the morning now, and I'm awake again. It's 9 in the morning. Is it 9-9 in the morning? 9:09? I don't want to mess up my sleep schedule too badly, so I reluctantly decide to get out of bed. Sora's already awake. She's wearing a pair of earbuds and watching a video while she downs a glass of milk. Does a body good. As I struggled my way up, she realizes I'm awake and turns to look at me.
Ohayo.
Ugh, morning.
兄やん全然眠れてて。よかった。
I didn't realize my sleep deprivation was going to make you so happy.
咳か。溶け始めてる。
Huh? Whoa, you're right! I can bend my elbow and my knee. The gray plague afflicting my limbs has started to recede. My range of movement's improved a ton. I'm gonna be grateful for my joints for the rest of my life. This is already so much better.
ほんとよかった。結構溶けるスピード速いね。
At this rate, I should be fully healed in another 2 or 3 days.
学校ちょっとだけ休まないとね。
What, you mean that this isn't a good look for school? Guess so.
いいなあ、休めて。
Oh no, she's so torn up. You don't like school?
そういうわけじゃないけど、兄やんといたいじゃん。
Running up the counter. Laying it on a bit thick there, aren't you?
ドキッとしたでしょ、妹の愛に。
No, I have palpitations. Not in a million years.
たまにはさ、優しい言葉かけろよな。
I said plenty of nice things yesterday, didn't I?
あー、ちょっと一人で立てる？
Yeah, I'm good. I carefully place my feet on the ground and get off my bed. Man, just being able to bend my knee makes a world of difference. I drag my lame right foot behind me and hobble to the bathroom. I'm able to brush my teeth just fine with one hand, but washing my face is a bit more of a challenge. Even with a functioning elbow, my petrified hand can't do much. Once I've washed my face, I towel myself off and return to the living room.
ほい、これパン。昨日買ってきたやつ。
I'm just imagining he's dragging his foot the entire time, kind of like Igor. What about your breakfast?
もう食べた。
Okay. I sit down on the floor and unwrap the chocolate chip pastry Sora bought for me. As I start chowing down, Sora heads to the kitchen. A few seconds later, she returns and puts a cup down in front of me.
牛乳。
Thanks. Oh, but if it was coffee milk, that would solve all of this. Coffee milk is the cure for everything. She then sits back down and resumes watching her video. I focus on my breakfast.
あ、みやこ先輩とゆうき先輩に話したよ、昨日のこと。
Oh, cool.
すぐ返事来て、お見舞いに来たいって、二人とも。
You told them what happened to me too?
そりゃ話すでしょ。心配してたよ。ゆうき先輩は石化に興味ありって感じだったけど。
I'm shocked. Shocked. I'm not that shocked. Sounds like Yuki. When are they coming?
兄に寝てるから待ってって言ってある。何時ならいい？
I don't know. What time is it now? Anytime's fine with me.
じゃあ、みやこ先輩がお昼作ってくれることを期待して、今すぐでも OK って言っておこう。
Subtle. I'd feel bad about imposing on her, but on the other hand, a home-cooked lunch sure would make me feel better. Also, I can't use the other hand, so it makes perfect sense.
コンビニお弁当じゃ栄養偏っちゃうしね。あ、期待してじゃなくて、ちゃんとお願いした方がいいよね。
I mean, we could always get McDonald's. Yeah, be sure and tell her we'll pay for the groceries.
ほいほい。
Sora pulls out her phone and starts typing away.
そういえば、お母さんからもメッセージ来てた。
Oh, did she actually care about me this time, or was it just directed toward you? What did she say?
お兄ちゃん大丈夫そうって。
Oh my god, it's a miracle. She could have just called me directly. Jeez.
辛いだろうから気を使ってるんでしょ。風邪って言っちゃったし。
Oh, yeah, that's probably fair. Otherwise, I would have had to sound like I was congested the whole time. Oh, makes sense.
兄やん、お母さんとお父さんの心配とかを素直に受け取らないよね。
Guess I'm just going through a rebellious phase. Wait, but I've been going through one my entire life.
だっせ。ま、風邪うつされたくないからそっちには行かないけどとかお母様おっしゃってましたけど。
See? That's exactly the kind of thing they always say. And you wonder why I don't believe mom and dad when they say they're worried about me.
そう言いつつも心配してると思うけどね。前言ってたよ。お兄ちゃん男の子だからあんまりべったりしたら嫌がるよねとか。
I mean, they could fuss a little. Well, even if I did really have a cold and they asked to visit, I'd just tell them not to bother.
ニーニがそんなんだからお母さんなりにいい感じの距離保ってるんでしょ。
Checks out.
お父さんは何も考えてなさそうだけど。
You're surprisingly observant.
意外ってなんだよ。12時頃に来るってさ、2人とも。
Cool. Sora puts down her phone, and I go back to my breakfast. We've got about 3 hours to kill. There isn't much to do, so we end up spending most of the time lazing about. Just before the girls are supposed to arrive, I change my shirt and fix up my hair a little. I may be partially petrified, but I've got to make a good impression. The doorbell rings a few minutes before 12, and Sora goes out to greet our guests.
入って入って。お邪魔します。お邪魔します。
Well, it's an apartment, but close enough. Kujo and Yuki step into my apartment. Thanks for coming. Though I'm trying to make my petrified limbs as inconspicuous as possible, the two girls instantly notice them, and their expressions grow worried.
新見くん、大丈夫？
Yeah, I know it looks bad, but it doesn't hurt. I'm actually doing pretty okay.
昨日は腕も足も曲がらなかったもんね。だいぶ良くなったよ。よく見せてくれる？
Yuki squats down beside me, and Kujo follows suit. I rest my arm on the table and stretch out my legs so they can get a better look.
これが魔眼の力。衣服ごと石化しているのね。
Yeah, I had to cut the rest off to get changed.
触っても？
As long as you don't press too hard, sure. Apparently, if any part of it breaks, it won't heal. But that does mean that you can sign it. Like a cast. Yuki traces my petrified pant leg with her index finger.
質感は石と変わりないわね。まさに石化。
I was also quite scared.
本当に無事でよかった。ごめんね。大事な時にそばにいられなくて。
It's fine. My own fault for getting careless. I knew I needed to be careful, but I screwed up anyway.
敵の目的はあなたを殺すことだったの？
Yes. I'd say killing me was more of a means to an end. What she's really after is...
はいはい、お茶入れましたよ。ニーニじゃなくてテーブル囲んで座りましょ。
Good timing?
そうね。お茶ありがとう。いただくわ。
Kujo and Yuki head over to the table, and I pull my arm and leg back. Sora sits down as well, then explains everything that happened. About how Ghost's true objective is to steal artifacts, and thus why she's trying to kill users. Sora also explains that though she managed to make Ghost disappear, she'll come back eventually. And when she does, she'll try to kill me again. No, not just me. All of us.
アーティファクト欲しさに人を殺すだなんて。
見下げ果てたけどね。生物に選ばれるべき人間ではなかった。
Let alone 2, 3. We really don't know how many she has.
でも
Hmm?
ごめんなさい。なんだろう、ぼーっとしちゃった。ソラちゃんの能力でしばらくは大丈夫なんだよね。うん、消したった。
Temporarily.
アークエネミーはゲヘナへと落ちた。
What?
しかしあくまでも時間稼ぎ。奴は煉獄の谷から這い上がり、再び私たち光の使徒の前に現れる。
Okay, I know your headcanon is all over the place, but could you at least keep the mythology in the same vein?
だいたいそういう感じなんじゃないですかね。うん。
そう。状況は把握した。
Well, that makes one of us. Although I guess Ghost is also clear to us right now. Yuki downs her tea and gets to her feet.
ごちそうさま。
もう帰っちゃうの？
ええ。様子を見たかっただけ。長居するつもりはない。
Look, I know we're only on episode 2, but you can warm up a little bit before episode 4.
じゃあ私もこれ。
That's fine. We already did yours. Kujo takes a few neatly wrapped boxes out of her bag.
片手で食べやすいようにおにぎりとあとサンドイッチ、唐揚げとウインナーと卵焼きも。
She made a feast.
わざわざお家で作ってきてくれたんだ。私もすぐに帰るつもりだったから冷めちゃって申し訳ないけれど。
Are you kidding me? Cold fried chicken is the bomb. Nah, you're a lifesaver. Thanks. I'll pay you for...
今日は私がせめてこれくらいは。
Alright. Thanks again. I really appreciate you cooking for us.
じゃあ私も帰るね。またね。何か困ったことあったらいつでも呼んでね。飛んでくるから。
Will do. And Yuki, thanks for going out of your way to come here.
お大事に。
Thank you. With that, Yuki heads for the door. I'm about to get up to see her off, but Kujo waves me back down with a no need to get up on our account. Since walking's still a bit of a chore, I gratefully relax back into my seat. Kujo waves farewell and follows Yuki to the door. Sora goes after her to see them both off. I hear the door open, then close. There's a loud click as Sora locks it. She then returns to the living room.
一緒にランチしたかったけどすぐ帰っちゃったね。
I know, right? What's up with that? Guess they wanted to let the injured guy rest.
食べよっか。
Yeah. I'm grateful Kujo brought us all this food.
その前に少し時間をもらうわよ。
Can you wait? As I'm reaching out to the box of food, Sophie appears above us. I reluctantly lean back and rest my hand in my lap. If you wanted to talk, you could have just come when we were all here.
みやこだけならそうしたでしょうけど、これ以上リスクを背負いたくないのよ。
Oh, that's right. She hasn't actually appeared in front of Yuki yet. I don't know that she will in this episode.
ゆうき先輩も仲間なのに。わかっているけど、あの子めんどくさそうなんだもの。
I can't imagine why. The truth comes out.
そんな話はどうでもいいのよ。石化、溶け始めているようね。
Yeah. So are you finally going to tell us everything?
そうね。魔眼について話してあげる。
Better than nothing. Sophie floats down to the table and heaves a weary sigh before beginning her story.
あなたも知っての通り、魔眼の発動トリガーは視線を合わせること。目が合った瞬間、石化が始まる。そらすことも瞬きも許されない。あっちがそらすか完全に石化するまでね。
Huh. So that actually does make that joking strategy we were talking about completely invalid, because you can't just close your eyes. Once you lock eyes, that's it. So basically, unless you go into the fight blindfolded, you're kind of screwed. Wait, does it work if you're blind? Huh. That's a weird question, but I don't know.
何？なんでそれ最初に教えてくれなかったの？知ってたらお兄ちゃん石にならずに済んだじゃん。
She's got a point. Sora glares at Sophie. I'm astonished. Sora practically never gets angry. Sophie turns to Sora and evaluates her calmly. For once, she doesn't act evasive or insulting. Instead, she gives Sora a serious reply.
それについては悪かったと思っているわ。でも立場上話せないこともあるのよ。
I think this qualifies as need to know.
何？話せないことって絶対教えておくべきことじゃん。目を合わせちゃダメって。
アーティファクトに関する情報の開示に慎重なのよ。前回は話しすぎて大変なことになった。人を信じすぎると混乱が大きくなるの。理解してちょうだい。
でも
Let it go, Sora. We knew how the evil eye worked even without Sophie telling us. It was in all those documents, remember?
そうだけど目を合わせなければ防げるってそこまでは知らなかったじゃん。
Maybe we should have been carrying mirrors. I wonder if that would have helped. I mean, sure, but once you've run into the evil eye's user, you're pretty much screwed. A single fleeting glance and it's game over. I was the one who was careless. Don't get mad at Sophie. This whole thing was my fault. Rationally, Sora knows I'm right, even if emotionally she can't accept it. She backs off with a pout. I smile and nod at her, telling her thanks for getting mad for my sake, before I wave at Sophie to continue.
とにかく魔眼に睨まれたらそれで終わり。自力では抗えない。
Oh yeah, that's right. In the other episode, they did establish that the best way to fight the evil eye was with a group. I remember that now. But if someone else breaks that line of sight for you, you can still be saved? When you flew by in front of Ghost, the power freezing me in place vanished. I take it that's how you fight the evil eye?
ええ。だから1対1を避ければ魔眼から逃れることは容易よ。
I see. So that's how you saved me. Thanks.
いいのよ。情報を出し渋ったのも助けるかどうか迷ったのも事実だし。
Sophie sighs, and I give her a wry smile. I want to thank her for looking out for Sora, but since Sora still seems angry with Sophie, now's a kind of awkward time to say it. Instead, I fill the silence with something else that comes to mind. Once the petrification started, I thought I was a goner. I didn't think it could heal.
死んだらおしまいよ。最初の子、指先だったかしら。
Oh yeah, that's true. Technically her fingernail. Huh? Oh yeah, it was her index finger, I think. Her nail hadn't been petrified.
表面だけだったのでしょ？石になったのは。おそらく全身が石に覆われた後もかろうじて生きていたのでしょうね。
Oh, that's horrifying. It's like Dr. Stone, but worse. But by the time the petrification around her nail came undone, she was already dead?
無謀すぎるでしょ、それ。
Yeah, it is. Ghost is insane.
見る限り魔眼の扱いに相当慣れてきたようね。今は体の内部まで石になっている。即死ではないけれど、胴体の一部が石になった時点でほぼアウトね。そこで進行が止まっても、臓器が石になってしまったらおしまい。
Ooh, yeah, that would do it. Unless it's something you could maybe get away with, maybe like if it petrified your gallbladder? But that would be a very specific area. And once Ghost has petrified a user, she smashes them to bits and steals their artifacts, huh?
わざわざ砕かなくてもいいじゃん。いや、殺すなって話なんだけどさ。
手っ取り早いとは言えないけれど、確実なのよ。1対1の状況で視線を合わせる。あとは待つだけ。
though she was complaining that it does seem to take a long time with users.
あの子が持っている他のアーティファクトで相手を攻撃し死に至らしめるよりもはるかに楽。だからあなたたちも知っての通り、イーリスも魔眼を使ってアーティファクトを回収したの。
That's the first time you've confirmed it, though. I guess that proves Iris really was the Evil Eye's original user.
少し話しすぎたわね。そうよ。
I mean, but we had our suspicions. So then, at some point, she relinquished control of the Evil Eye, and it ended up in our world?
その解釈でいいわ。
なんでそんな危ないもの手放したんだろう。厳重に保管とかしておいてほしいよね。
She should have kept an Evil Eye on it.
いろいろとあるのよ。いろいろとね。魔眼については以上よ。
That's delightfully vague.
話が前後してしまったことは改めて謝罪するわ。ごめんなさい。
I think this is the most sincere she has ever been. I feel like in episode 1, she was just very cavalier about the whole thing, but she actually seems pretty genuine this time. I wonder if that's something that progresses through each episode, although I still am wondering about episode 3. That one's going to be odd. Never thought I'd hear the word sorry come out of your mouth, Sophie.
これでも責任は感じているのよ。もう少しあなたたちを信用すべきだったわ。
But you're still hiding things from us, aren't you?
当然よ。
You don't have to look so thrilled about it.
Sophie scoffs. After a few seconds, Sora looks awkwardly up at her.
昨日フォローしてもらったのに急に怒ってごめんなさい。
フォローした記憶はないし、あなたの怒りはもっともよ。他に何か聞きたいことはある？
私は。
ないの？本当に？
別に。
そう？それならいいけれど。かけるは？
Yeah, I think I'm good on questions for now.
そう？じゃあ私は行くわ。レイヤーだったかしら。今のところ動きはないわよ。まだ気づいていない。
How exactly would he know? I really do wonder that, because unless somebody were to tell him what happened, and the only people there were Kakeru, Sora, and Sophie, so I guess maybe once Ghost starts coming back? Cool. Actually, there is one thing I want to ask you. Do you know who the other worlder who's cooperating with Ghost is?
特定中。
I see. If Ghost comes back, please tell us as soon as you can.
わかってるわよ。じゃあね。今はゆっくりと休みなさい。
Okay, bye. Sophie floats up and vanishes through a rip in space. I stare at the spot she disappeared from for a few seconds. Then I look back down at the table. Ready for lunch? Then let's get to it.
いただきます。
Nice change. We unwrap the lunchboxes and open the lids. They're packed to the brim with rice balls, sandwiches, fried chicken, sausages, omelets, cherry tomatoes, stir-fried spinach, and chopped burdock with a soy sauce glaze. I am really glad I already ate dinner.
遠足とかでテンション上がる感じのお弁当。
Oh man, I love it when the nore's kind of soft like this rather than crunchy. I pick up one of the rice balls and take a bite. Sora follows suit.
うまっ。確か、ニーヤン的には。
Delicious.
違うよ、そうじゃねえよ。
What? Then what did you mean?
美少女のクラスメイトが握ったおにぎりはどうかって聞いてんだよ。
Feels good. What are you even getting at?
美少女のクラスメイトの手汗が染み込んだおにぎりはどうだって聞いてんだよ、私は。
That's one way to phrase it. What are you getting so worked up about? It tastes great, that's all. What do you want from me?
みやこ先輩の写真つけて売れば人儲けできそう。
You're probably right. That's pretty low, but I'd totally buy one.
私が握ったのと。
Cujo.
や早えよ、せめて最後まで聞けよ。最後まで聞いた上で答えろよ。
Oh, come on, but that's the joke. Alright, fine. Say your whole spiel.
私が握ったのとみやこ先輩が握っ
Cujo.
だから早えよ。ニーニの何それ、昆布？
Hey, another bromeo. Yep.
私のおかかだった。全部具が違うのかな。みやこ先輩すんごい手間かけて作ってくれてるね。
The fried chicken's great too.
可愛くて性格も良くて料理も完璧とか、同じ人間とは思えませんな。本当だ、うまっ。
Sora wolfs down her lunch like a starving animal, like a wolf. I eat too, albeit at a slower pace. I can't thank Cujo enough. That was the best damn lunch I've had in a while. Oh, that sounds so good. The two of us spend the rest of the day hanging out in my apartment. We eat the leftovers from Cujo for dinner and pass the time watching movies. As far as I can tell, the petrification hasn't receded much further. Maybe it goes away during sleep, but we didn't sleep that well. I was kind of hoping it'd make real progress over the day and that I'd be cured by tomorrow, but I guess that was asking for too much. I wonder if it only heals in my sleep. Okay, cool, I was not the only one thinking that. Or if there's some other condition that has to be met for it to go away. At any rate, it looks like I'm gonna be stuck with these stone limbs for at least a few days more.
ニーニー、お風呂掃除終わったよ。
Oh wow, she's actually doing chores. And all it took was me getting partially petrified. Sora walks into the living room. Since yesterday, she's been taking care of all of the chores. Normally, she's a cocky little brat, but it's times like these that I remember I'm blessed to have such a good sister. And I must never, ever tell her that, or it'll go right to her head.
今日は入るでしょ？
I don't know. I don't want to soak the cloth part of my pants that's hanging off of the petrified part. It'd be a real pain to dry.
切っちゃえば？どうせもう履けないんだし。
That is a good point. Oh. Yeah, that is a good point. I can just cut it.
やってあげる。
Sorry, and thanks. Sora grabs a pair of scissors and hunkers down in front of my leg. She skillfully cuts through the cloth that's unpetrified since last night.
切りにくい。
Don't pull too hard, you hear? I don't want you ripping something out that's not meant to be ripped out.
わかってます、わかってます。石になってるところ完全にひっついてるね、足と。
It just tears off part of the skin as it goes. Ah! It's so weird. I don't have any feeling down there, but it actually gets itchy sometimes. Phantom limbs, it's a thing.
ああ、あれだ。あれでしょ。なんだっけ。
Yeah.
ファントムペイン。
Exactly, they made an entire Metal Gear game about it. You just wanted to say that phrase, didn't you? Dun 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 dun. Still, you're probably right. It's a super weird feeling. It's kind of like I don't have an arm and a leg at all.
早く治ればいいけど。よし、切れた。
Thanks. Mind if I go first?
いいけど、まだお湯張ってないよ。掃除しただけ。
I'll just shower then.
ちゃんと湯船浸かればいいのに。
Soak my stones. I can do that once I'm healed. I grab my towel and a change of clothes from the closet, then head to the bathroom.
脱ぐの手伝おうか？
Nah, I'm good. With a bit of effort, I manage to pull off my clothes and throw them into the washing machine. Which setting is best for stone? It's super cloudy in here. I enter the bathroom, close the door, and turn on the shower. Just as the water starts steaming, I see a silhouette outside of the door. From the look of it, Sora's fiddling with the washing machine. Don't start to load this late at night.
なあ、しないよ別に。
Okay, good.
背中流してあげようと思って。
Excusez-moi. I told you, I'm good.
遠慮するなするな。
I'm not.
でももう脱いじゃったし。
Okay. Huh?
お邪魔します。
This is the part where we would see everything if we had the patch installed. What? Sora flings open the door and waltzes in, buck naked. Wait, no, seriously, what the hell is this girl thinking?
ほら、洗ってあげるよ。座りなよ。
Wow. You, really are just going for it, huh? Damn.
ほら、洗ってあげるから。ほら。
Okay. Overwhelmed by her enthusiasm, I obediently sit on the stool.
よし、頭洗おっか、先に。
Sora tilts the shower head toward me, puts up some shampoo on her hands, and starts running them through my hair. That's honestly a bit more than I was expecting to see, not gonna lie. Hey, not so rough.
これから優しくなるから。美容院のごとき心地よさになるから。
Okay, but hold on. One question.
何？
Why the hell are you naked?
だってこの後普通に入るし。
You know what? Fair. In other words, because you're an idiot?
アホじゃないよ、賢いよ。
You could at least cover up.
別に見えてないからいいでしょ。
I got an eye full earlier, you know?
まあ、気にすんな。私もニーニーの見えてるし。
But look at him. I'm begging you, seriously. If you could just show a shred of decency, it'd be real nice.
持ってますよ。家族なんだから意識する方がおかしいでしょ。
There's a line even for family, you know? A line we're not supposed to cross. But we will.
こんなの全然セーフでしょ。妹に浴場してるニーニーがおかしいよ。
I'm not horny, goddammit. Do I need to smack some sense into you? I'm gonna use my stone arm.
切れてるところが怪しい。やだ、襲われる。何？照れてんの？
Please stop misinterpreting people's size.
別にいいじゃん。初めてじゃないじゃん。よく一緒に入ってたじゃん。
When we were young. Only because you kept barging in every time I was taking one.
ニーニーが中学に入ってからはやめたじゃん。
Only because I yelled at you.
あれほんと怖かった。
And then you started bawling your eyes out. So mom and dad got mad at me. I got a whole lecture about how I had to play nice with you.
違うの、あたちが悪いのってさらに泣いた気がする。
And then thanks to that, I got yelled at even more. I can't believe you're trying to make this Sora's fault, and stuff like that.
そっか、そうやって虐げられてきたからニーニーはひねくれたわけだな。
It does explain a lot. You're the last person I want to hear that from.
お詫びにご奉仕させていただきますので。
I'm a little concerned about the way you phrased that in this particular situation. That's some hella suggestive word choice right there.
何を想像してるのかな。
Oh, shut up.
あれでしょ、知ってるよ私。体にボディーソープつけてこすりつけるんでしょ。
Where the hell do you even learn this stuff?
そんなもんネットにいくらでも転がってるでしょ。よし、任せなさいよ。
Wait, what now? Huh? Wait, idiot, don't actually do it.
できるって。
I don't care if you've got it or not. This is just stupid. I lean forward as far as possible, trying to escape the sensation of Sora's breasts pressing against my back. Holy shit, this girl's serious.
なんだよ、洗ってあげるって。
Look, cut it out already. You don't have to wash my hair either.
まだ途中だよ。
It's good enough for me. Thanks for your help. I stand up and rinse myself off.
ちゃんと洗わないと。
I just need a quick rinse. And when I'm done, I throw open the door and flee the bathroom.
私のタオル使わないでよ。
I know. I towel myself off, grab my clothes, and hobble to the living room. Flustered, I throw my clothes on and plop into the bed. I'm still a little shaken. More or less than last night. I can't believe I was getting turned on by my own sister. Nah, I wasn't really, but I am still a little unnerved. Well played, well played. Sora tends to act on impulse, so it's not uncommon for her crazy antics to surprise me, or even piss me off. But she'd never do anything outright wrong. Whenever she gets close to the line of whatever's acceptable, that's when she stops and thinks better. I'm pretty sure she's got her head on straight, but... I've got a bad feeling. As well you should. I'm far from certain, but I can't shake this nagging premonition. I just pray I'm wrong. But even as I pray, I can't help but frantically try to organize my thoughts. If my fears turn out to be true, and matters come to a head, what can I do? What would be the right thing to do? All big questions. I was hoping that when I woke up, the petrification would have healed all the way to my wrists and ankle. But unfortunately, it's barely receded at all. I think the parts that I've already healed weren't petrified all the way to the bone, which was why they took so little time. The rest of my arm and leg have been petrified all the way through, which is why they're taking longer to get better. At least that's my guess. It sucks, but there's nothing I can do except wait. We don't have any guests coming over today, so the plan is just to take it easy with Sora. However... What's up with you? Sora? It's hot. Don't me.
これさ、原作だと主人公クレバーなのにちょっとバカすぎない？開始10分で正体バラしちゃったよ。
Completely ignoring me. Sora ignores my subtle plea to get off of me and starts talking about the show we're watching. It's been like this ever since I woke up. The whole day she's been hanging on my arm, heck, practically sitting on my lap. Normally we eat breakfast sitting across from each other, but today she just plunked right down next to me like it was perfectly ordinary. I get up from my seat.
どこ行くの？
Bathroom. Why are you following me?
次、私。
You could just wait in the room.
別にどこで待っててもいいじゃん。
I cares. She really doesn't want to be apart from me. I finish up my business and return to the living room.
なんで待っててくれないの？
What's wrong with you? Why the hell would I?
もう。
Sora plops down next to me with a pout. And she's back. And promptly wraps her arm around me again. No matter how hard I try to pull her off or how cold I act toward her, she won't let go. Man, put this together with last night and... Hey, seriously, what's up?
何がよ。
If there's something you want to get off your chest, I'll listen. Maybe don't phrase it like that.
別にないけど。
Yeah, right. Come on, hit me with it.
ないってば。ニーニがちっとも甘えてくれないから代わりに私が甘えてるだけ。
She's like a cat. Except for she's like a really, really needy cat. Okay, why?
言うかそういうこと。手足が石になってんのにさ。ニーニ平然としすぎなの。もっと頼ってよね。
Literally or figuratively? I'm leaning on you plenty. You're doing the housework and shopping for me, aren't you?
そうじゃなくて精神的につらいよってすがりついてくれたらよちよちってしてあげるのに。
Why do you want to be my nurse? Also, it doesn't hurt. It's completely numb. You want me to say what now?
しろよ。おっぱい揉むくらいは許してあげるから。
This is escalating very quickly. Now look here.
何？恥じらい？誰にでも言わないよ。ニーヤンだから言ってんの。
Thanks. You realize that makes it weirder, right?
もういいから黙って。今いいところだから。
Yeah. Sighing, I shift my attention back to the laptop screen. I accept my fate as a human hug pillow and spend the next few hours cuddling with Sora. After the show finishes, she puts on a foreign drama. Guess this is where we're spending the day. Evening comes. Night comes. Yep, basically that's right. And soon evening has passed into night. We're still on the floor.
面白いけど、見るのに体力いるね、これ。
When did you change? Yeah, this is hardcore.
シーズン1はもうこんな時間じゃん。ご飯買いに行かないと。何食べたい？
Oh, that would be why. I'm good with whatever you want.
いつもそれじゃん。ニーニが食べたいもの食べたいから希望を言いんしゃい。
McDonald's. How about curry?
カレー？そこいちってテイクアウトできるっけ？
Yeah.
じゃあそこいちにしよう。何カレー？
Seafood curry with a fried fish on top.
贅沢かよ。私もそれにしよう。
Sora finally disentangles herself from me, grabs her wallet, and gets to her feet.
じゃあ行ってくるね。
Be careful.
わかってます。明るい道を通るし、人気のない場所も避けます。
Yeah.
行ってきまーす。
Basically, don't do what I did. Although the park was well lit, kind of. Sora waves and walks over to the front door. She puts on her shoes, opens the door, and steps outside. After she leaves, I let out a small sigh. Sophie, you here? You been watching this? This whole time? A hole in space appears immediately. A familiar stuffed animal appears from the rift and settles down on the table.
何かしら？
Any sign of ghost?
何も知らせていないのが答え。
What about the other worlder helping her out?
何もないわね。報告できることは。
Huh. How about Takamine?
動きなしね。まだ気づいていない。リングだったかしら。電話のメッセージの返事がないことを不審がってはいるけれど。
I'm honestly kind of surprised she shared phone numbers with him. So there's not much chance anyone is going to come after Sora for revenge right now.
そのために呼び出したの？何かあれば知らせるって言ったじゃない。せっかちね。
Well, I can't do much. No, that's not all. There's something I wanted to ask you.
何？
When someone's stigma begins eroding away at them, what exactly does that do? Oh, that's a really good point.
そうね。まちまちではあるけれど、大体は感情の制御ができなくなって、欲望に忠実になるわね。
Oh no. That explains a lot. I see.
末期になると、あなたも知っての通り、力が暴走して理性を失い、発狂する。
Okay, so... Wow. So does the whole romance part of this episode occur because her artifact is eroding away at her? Yikes. Yikes.
空にその兆候が見られるの？
No, I wouldn't go that far, but...
はっきりしないわね。
Well, what do you think of how Sora's been acting today, Sophie?
別に、としか言えないわね。まだ空のことはあまり知らないし、ブラコンなのね、としか。
Into is indeed the key word. You're not wrong there.
確かに、今日は顕著だったわね。ずっとあなたにべったり。今まではなかったの？
Not in the past few years, no. I mean, she has been getting a little more antsy about it recently, but a few years ago, she was like this all the time. She never left my side, and even if she was absorbed in a TV show or something, she'd notice and start crying the moment I got up. We took baths together, and sometimes she'd actually try to follow me to go pee. She couldn't even hang out with her friends unless I was there too. I mean, by middle school, she'd grown up a little, but maybe the stress has just been too much for her, and now it's got her acting more like her old self. These past few days have been rough. It's been hard on her, I'm sure. Maybe it'd be an exaggeration to say she's regressed to childhood, but it does feel like something along those lines might be happening.
つまり、特に異常な行動ではないということね。
Yes and no? Yeah. Yeah, it's not abnormal or anything.
それなら心配ないわよ。と言ってあげたいところだけれど。
Well, so much for that. I tried to convince myself, but just not happening. Sighing, Sophie raises both her tiny arms in a shrug.
付き合いの長いあなたが違和感を覚えたのならば、異常の前触れと考えた方がいいでしょうね。
Okay, is there a way to undo that then? Please, teach me how to cancel a contract with an artifact. There is a way, right?
あるけれど。
Okay, let me clarify that. There is a way that doesn't involve killing them, right? You won't tell me? Are you worried that if Sora's powers vanish, Ghost will be free again?
あなたはどう思っているか知らないけれど、そこまで冷淡じゃないわよ、私は。準備はもう進めている。
Oh, okay. Wait, you have?
けれど、その準備がまだ整っていないの。錬成には時間がかかる。
Oh, wait, that's right. There's that, what is it? What was it? Ambrosia or something like that? Some sort of thing to separate? I thought that was temporary, though. She mentioned it in episode 1, but I can't remember the details. Hold on. Manufacturing process? Is it some kind of drug?
アンブロシアという霊薬があるの。仮死状態にすることでアーティファクトを騙し、契約を解除する。
Aha, I did remember right. What do you mean, appear dead?
魂を休眠させると表現した方が正しいかしら。実際に死ぬわけではないわ。眠りにつくだけ。
For how long? So it's not dangerous.
ただし。
So it is dangerous. Sophie's voice grows serious. I can tell whatever's coming isn't going to be good, and I furrow my brows in worry.
人を殺すことなくアーティファクトを回収できる薬だから、当然ストックはあるわ。そのストックを空に使うこともできる。
But? I take it there's a reason why we shouldn't?
はるか昔に枝分かれしたとはいえ、元は同じ人間。けれど、私たちはアーティファクトを扱えるよう進化し、あなたたちは科学と呼ばれる力を発展させた。
Oh, so that's the big thing. I didn't realize that they were actually human. So, are they just in an entirely separate branch? Like, or a separate subset of branches or something like that? Wow. That goes deeper than I was expecting.
魂という概念にあなたたちは無知で、その扱いにとても未熟。刺激が強すぎるようなの、従来のアンブロシアは。
Somebody tried it, and it didn't end well.
前回こちらの世界の人間に使用したら、そのまま目覚めなかったわ。
Confirmed. No way. So what you're saying is we can't use this ambrosia stuff to cancel a contract with an artifact?
最後まで聞きなさい。
Sorry.
あなたたち用に効果を弱めたアンブロシアを今作らせているの。ゲートが開いた時点で錬成を始めたからもうすぐできるけれど、あと数日はかかる見込みよ。
That's convenient. That's probably how long it will take for me to become unpetrified. But that's also inconvenient because that might be exactly how long it takes for this to develop into something more serious. I see. Just a few days. That's not too bad.
楽観視もできないけれど、今の状態なら大丈夫でしょうね。
Even if it turns out Sora hasn't been affected too badly by her stigma, could you use that medicine on her anyway?
力を完全に御しているなら使う必要はないわよ。暴走の心配なんてないから。
Huh. Okay. That would explain why Ghost hasn't been completely overtaken by the evil eye or that other ability. That's not why I'm asking. I just want Sora to be free of these powers. This just isn't the life I want for her.
妹思いね。ま、いいわよ。結論なんてそう簡単に出せないし、暴走されるのも後味悪いし。
Fair.
錬成が完了したら1本あげるわ。好きに使いなさい。
Thank you. I bow my head to Sophie. I expect Sora's gonna be pissed, but I want her to get rid of her artifact as soon as possible. The ability to manipulate someone's presence is a powerful weapon to have on our side, but I don't want Sora risking herself. Plus, if she relinquishes her artifact, I should be able to take it in her place. I'm sure that will be for the best. I don't know about that.
他に何かある？ないのなら帰るわよ。あなた、気軽に呼び出しすぎなのよ。
I'm sorry, we don't have text messaging. Sorry, you can go now. But right as I'm about to finish my sentence, I think of something else. It's not urgent, but it's been in the back of my mind since this conversation started. I was so focused on the immediate questions that I almost forgot to ask. Can I ask you one more thing?
答えられるかは質問による。
If you had a drug like that, why did Iris go around killing users instead of using it?
殺して回る？こちらではそういうことになっているの？
Ooh. Well, that's what our legends say anyway, that she petrified users and took their artifacts.
ふーん。
Sophie seems both interested and somewhat displeased. She already admitted Iris was the Evil Eye's original user, but it seems those old legends are less accurate than I gave them credit for. At least, I assume that's why she looks unhappy. Sophie mulls my question over for a few seconds.
これくらいなら話していいかしらね。私の所属する組織のことは話したわよね。
Ooh, warm up the popcorn, we're about to get some good lore. You said it was called Sephiroth, right? And that it's in charge of managing artifacts?
その通り。実はセフィロトは2つ存在するの。わかりやすく言えば、そうね、穏健派と過激派といったところかしら。
Okay, that would explain how Ghost got to be so knowledgeable. And you're part of the moderate faction?
そうね。できる限り犠牲は出さないよう立ち回る。もちろん必要であれば非常な決断もするし、命も奪うけれど。イーリスもやむを得ない状況下だけよ。ユーザーを石にしたのは。けれど、やむを得ない状況が常態化している連中がいる。
The radical faction?
そうなるわね。今までは互いに干渉することはできなかったけれど、別の世界で対立することになるなんてね。
So the other world are working with Ghost is from Sephiroth's radical faction?
断言はできないけれど、もしそうなら、あなたたちには代理戦争をさせていることになるわね。私たちの。
Oh boy, that sounds great. Ouch. This mess just keeps getting bigger.
あまり気にしなくてもいいわよ。あちらも監視はしているでしょうけど、大きな干渉はできない。私のようにね。
But they're radical. Who's saying that they can't do something radical?
今は自分と空の心配をしていなさい。面倒なことは私がやるわよ。
Or tubular. I misjudged you.
何？
You're a good person. I mean, admittedly, I kind of did too. Sophie smirks and slips through her interdimensional rift. Man, she could have at least said something. I guess even if she's ultimately pretty nice, she's still a little twisted. I mean, have you seen the smile on the green face? That still creeps me out. And we've been doing this for a while. Well, I guess that was a pretty cliched thing of me to say, so I can't blame her. Anyway, with this, Sora should be free of her burdens in just a few days. All that's left is to see whether I can manage without her. To be honest, I have my doubts. Even when I was backed into a corner, my artifact still didn't awaken. There's gotta be some kind of trigger to activate it, though. I guess everyone else just knows instinctively how to activate it, while I... Hey, Sophie, if you're still here, there's one other... Stop that.
あなたは私を気軽に呼びすぎ。
You know what? We deserve that. Sorry.
こっちの都合を考えなさいよ。もう。
Okay, I'll make a list and I'll just bombard you next time. Yes, ma'am.
まったく。
Okay, bye. Sighing, Sophie ducks back down into her portal. She does have a point. I ought to be considerate of the fact that she's got her own life. Man, I'm hungry. I muttered to myself to fill the uncomfortable silence. At any rate, being hasty won't help anyone. For now, all I can do is wait for Sora to come back home. Guess we're going to be waiting for a while. Where's the food? Oh my god, she didn't come back until the next day.
じゃあ私行くね。お兄ちゃん一人で大丈夫？
Yeah, I think we'll be just fine because I think we'll be heading out for this episode as well. So, this has been both enlightening in terms of story developments and enlightening in other ways involving Sora, if you know what I mean. I think it's pretty clear, unlike that first half of the shower. But that is really fascinating. So there actually are two separate branches of Sephiroth. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting there to be a completely different organization, but I guess for all intents and purposes, it is a different organization. I mean, if their dogma are so drastically different from the moderate faction, then that would explain why Ghost is kind of the way she is. But I do wonder how long it's going to be before we actually see that other entity. Is it someone like Sophie? Is it like a creepier version of Sophie? It's just a maniacal looking plush that looks like something that dropped off of a carnival, or something out of Sid's room from Toy Story. I don't know. But on top of that, there's also the question of, is Sora getting extra clingy because she's slowly being overtaken by her powers? That kind of seems to be the implication, because we know from the comments that there is a bad ending for this episode, so yeah, I'm a little worried about that, and I have the sneaking suspicion that that's probably either going to come up right before the Weekend Ambrosia is ready, or the Weekend Ambrosia is not going to work. It could really go either way, at least in my mind. Sarah and Prince may have an entirely different theory, and I'm sure, well, I was going to say you all might have your theories too, but I have the sneaking suspicion most of the people watching this have already seen it, so you know, I don't. I'm speculating. But it was a good one. It was a funny one. Had some cute CGs too, always like that. Well, one was cute, one was saucy. All right, well thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. For now, I am one half of the Bridge Boys, signing off.